Okay, I'm sorry, that was an interesting introduction. I nearly choked to death. Hello! Welcome to our series on talking about Stoicism. And today I would like to do something a little bit differently. We were going through Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. We finished up the Enchiridion by Epictetus. But here's the deal. This is the first Stoic video for this year. And I think it is actually also the 52nd video, so that means that given that I've done one of these videos every week, 52 weeks have passed. So I think that this is a good moment to reflect a little bit, and because this is January, early January 2020. 2020 has just started. I thought I would do a little bit of a reflection on the new year and Stoicism. I look to the side because, of course, I'm doing a reflection on something that's in the future. So let's. This was a completely incomprehensible introduction. So let me just start and see where things end up. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions, and we have talked about that implicitly a couple of times in some of these videos. I think there is one issue with New Year's resolutions, and that is that you set yourself certain goals for the new year, and then very often, I mean, let's face it, those New Year's resolutions don't actually come true. They're not actually utilized. They're not actually, oh, that's ink. They don't actually get utilized. They're not actually brought to fruition, and a lot of people stop putting in effort. They may, let's take a simple example. So you decide that you want to stop smoking, and then January 1st you're going to stop smoking, and very often we know that these things just don't work. It just doesn't work. Because January 1st is a day just like any other day. There's nothing special about it. Yeah, sure, we completed another rotation around the sun. Hallelujah. It's just another day. January 1st is not different from December 7th or November 24th. So I kind of object a bit to this principle of New Year's resolutions, and I also think that from a Stoic viewpoint that is not really something that a Stoic would approve of. And there are a couple of textual sources. Epictetus said, and I want to say this is not Enchiridion, this may be from the Discourses, but I'm sorry, I know for sure that it is an Epictetus quote. He said, "First say what you would be, and then do what you must do." Another beautiful, concise, practical quote from Epictetus. Decide what it is you want to be, and then do it. It doesn't matter whether it is January 1st or March 6th. Decide what it is you want to be, decide what person you want to be, and then do that thing. Do whatever is required to be that person. No January needed, no resolutions needed. You do it. Marcus Aurelius, I'm sure we will get to this at some point as we're going over the Meditations, put it somewhat in a somewhat related vein, said, stop talking about what it means to be a good man. Be one. It's another very simple one, isn't it? It's very easy to say, oh, you know, a good person would do this and this and this and that, and then you don't do those things. Well, then you're not being a good person. Stoicism is a very practical type of philosophy, a type of philosophy that requires you to do certain things. But when you do those things, I also believe it can give you a lot. It can give you a lot. It can give you a lot of mental peace, for example. And based on the comments that you have provided and some of the private messages that you've sent me, it seems like Stoicism is resonating well with a lot of you, which is fantastic, and I'm happy that these videos are useful. To be a good person is a continuous battle, something that is difficult for us, because there are many, many, many ways in our lives, in our world, that allow us to not be a good person. All kinds of different ways. I don't have to give examples because I know that you can think up of some things that you could do that are not, in Stoic terms, virtuous, but that people do anyway. And I think one of the maybe the biggest aspect of Stoicism is that continuous striving to be that best person you can be. And you will fail. There will be many, many occasions where you will fail. But the trick lies in understanding that that is part of life and that is part of your learning process. You strive to be a good person, and in striving to be a good person, in everything you do, you will start to make progress. And progress is enough. You can't be a perfect sage, but you can make progress. And you can do that in everything you do. Choices you make in the supermarket. Behaviors you show or don't show. Will it be virtuous to gossip about a colleague? Not really. Would it be virtuous to treat a friend badly or something along those lines? Of course not. We all know it, but you have to do it. And I'm making in my life, a very conscious effort to ask myself everything I do, but would this be virtuous? Sometimes I want to send someone a message about someone else, and then I think, yeah, but will this really be useful? Or is this kind of gossipy? And if it is, then I try not to do that thing. And this may sound like a ridiculous and small thing, but it's through small things that you can make big changes, right? Because a lot of small things tend to add up to a big thing. So my resolution for 2020 is to keep doing that. Try to keep doing the right thing. Now you can get into a discussion, what's the right thing, but you know what I mean. There are many things in life, like let's take to this simple example, gossiping. You know it won't get you anything. You know in the long run this will not work out well. It's pointless, so don't do it. It's simple, it's a simple thing, right? Small differences you can make. Here's another thing. A lot of people I see online on social media are blabbing on about, oh, it's the end of a millennium, it's the end of a decennium, I can't count anymore, sorry, it's the end of this new decennium, oh, yeah, okay, but you realize that every single new year you have celebrated was the end of a decennium, right? Like every time 10 years ended. May not have been a round number like 2020, but in 2019 a decennium ended that started in 2009. It's not special. It's really not. If you think that's a motivating factor to make changes in your life, then by all means do so. But I don't see it. It's another day. And every day as a Stoic, you reset. It's a new day. Whatever happened yesterday. This is today. And today I will be the best version of myself I can be. And I'll fail a couple times. But then tomorrow, I will not make those same mistakes again. I'll make different mistakes. But that's okay. Making a mistake is okay. Errare humanum est, perseverare diabolicum est. Right? To err is to be human. To persevere is diabolical. You make a mistake, you learn from it. You move on. A better person. Progress. I went to see, I'm sorry, My voice is weird. I went to see at the end of December The Rise of Skywalker. I have mixed feelings about that movie. There were some things I really liked, there were some things I really didn't like so much. That's okay. It's a movie. If you are really upset about this, you're taking it way too seriously. Okay, I'm sorry. You do. You shouldn't. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's okay. There was one thing I kind of liked, and that was a quick I won't give any spoilers. I'll just give you one sentence, but that sentence was also used in the trailer, so by now you may have seen it anyway. It's a conversation, okay? And Luke says, confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Beautiful sentence. Now, we're not Jedi, but we are learning to be Stoics. Confronting fear is the destiny of a Stoic. It's the destiny of human beings, really, but Stoics are of particular interest to me. Confronting fear is your destiny. There will be many things that happen this year that frighten you. Some things may really be bad. Some things may just be frightening. Some things may be unexpected. Whatever. But it's at those moments you have to remember your Stoic teachings. It's not the thing that bothers you. It's how you think about it. You can't change the things that happen to you. You can change your way of thinking about it. Very important. And that can turn fear into acceptance. If you truly cannot change your circumstances, you can learn to accept them by changing your thoughts. I'm not saying that will be easy. All I'm saying is it can be done. There will be much fear to confront in 2020. Just because that's the way our lives work. Not everything will be super happy and nice and cute and funny. Some things will be bad. You have to confront that fear. And you can. Because you are learning to become a Stoic. I wish you the best of luck for 2020. I wish you a very happy new year. I will continue doing these videos. I don't know what will happen when we're done with Marcus Aurelius. Maybe Seneca. Interesting things are to be said about Seneca. Let's see what happens. For now, I hope this was useful. And I'll very gladly see you next time. Bye-bye.